Hello Sugar Farm. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you how to make the perfect fondant for your cakes. If you're still struggling on how to make the perfect fondant, guys, in 2025, you need to try this recipe. A full list of all the ingredients will be listed out in the description box for you. So for this, I'm covering a big cake, so I'm making use of 2 kg of icing sugar. You can use any brand of your choice. I'm also making use of some CMC, some gelatin, and I'll also be making use of glucose, all right, and some water. So basically this is a 5 ingredient fondant recipe. All right, so follow me as we get right into the making of our fondant. So here I went in with 1 cup of water. So this is for 2 kg. So if you're using it for 1 kg, you can use half of the ingredients. If you're using it for more, you can go ahead to increase it. So I went in with my gelatin into my very hot water. So this water was already boiling. All right, so just spread it. Don't just put it in as a lump, you spread it. I would also advise, as you're spreading it inside the hot water, just go ahead and mix with your spoon, all right, so that it will dissolve. But even if it doesn't dissolve immediately, it will still dissolve later on. That's why I said use very hot water. And also there's another way you can do it, where you use room temp as in normal room temperature or cold water, and just spread it. Then you can use the double boiler method, all right. But for me, this works, so I always do this, all right. So I went in with my 1 cup of glucose and just gave everything a good mix. You have to mix it thoroughly until the glucose dissolves. So that's why I said use very hot water. But if you're not using hot water and you're using a cold water, do this, mix it together like this, then put a pot on fire, then put in this your mixture at the top. You know how when water is boiling and the heat will now be hitting your pan, so just do that until everything dissolves and you bring it down. But for this particular one, I think I have a recipe on my channel on how to make fondant. That one I did this that method, but for this one I just used hot water. So now my water is cold, it is cold, it's not hot anymore, so I'm just going to go ahead and make my fondant. So for this particular day, I did almost 8 kg of fondant. I had a wedding cake to cover, 2 wedding cakes to cover, so I made use of 8 kg. So I'm just showing you how I made this particular one. So into your plain bowl, just go in with your icing sugar. I trust where I buy my icing sugar, that's why I don't sieve it. But if you don't, it's always difficult for you to see icing sugar stay in that shop for more than, let's say, a week. So I'm very sure of how clean, and this particular brand, Susan, is a brand I've been using for long, so I know. So into your icing sugar, just go in with your CMC. I'm going to give you the accurate measurement of everything, all right. So just go in with your CMC and just go in and combine with your hand. If you're a beginner, I would advise at this point you remove some of your icing sugar and keep by your side. But for me, I've been doing icing sugar for a very long time, so I always skip that part. But if you're a beginner, remove like a handful of icing sugar and keep by your side. And mind you, if you're making this any fondant, please have extra icing sugar by your side, because some days it might be too soft, so you would need to go in with some more icing sugar. So if you're making 2 kg icing sugar, just buy like 2 kg, and then that small 500 grams, just make sure you have extra icing sugar around, all right, so that in case it's too soft, you can now go in with your raw dry icing sugar. All right, so yeah, I'm just trying to mix. Fondant needs work. You can also use your mixer, your stand mixer, but I prefer to use hand, especially when I'm making a huge batch of it. So at this point my hands were sticky, but there's nothing you can do about it, and it was already sticking to my pan, my basin. So I just went ahead with my scraper to scrape it off, make it easier for me to get all the icing sugar. Then just went ahead to combine and mix everything together. So here I added the last part of my glucose mixture, and it's too soft. So if you're doing this, just make sure you reduce the quantity of water, a little, just a little, just a little. I actually mixed this for a whole lot of icing sugar, so I wanted it to be more. So yeah, I just went in with extra icing sugar. That's what I said. Always make sure you have some more icing sugar by your side. Don't buy 2 kg for 2 kg and you say, oh, it's 2 kg and all of that. So here it is the time to knead. So this pattern, just remove the ones from your hand as much as you can. You can't remove everything, but the more you knead, the more the ones in your hand too will clear off. All right, so just spread some icing sugar on your work surface and just go ahead to knead. You see this kneading, it is pull out and bring it back. All right, that's how you do it. Pull out, bring back, pull out, bring back, as fast as you can. Just make sure you knead it very very well, because you see when some people's icing fondant does not stretch, it's because they did not knead it very well. So you need to always knead this part very very well. All right, so just spread some more icing sugar on your work surface. You can use corn flour, but I would advise, you can also use Crisco, but I would advise use your icing sugar. All right, so just knead it till it comes together and forms a perfect fondant. So this fondant, you can use it for your wedding cakes, for your birthday cakes. I used it to make wedding cakes. All right, so it is a fail proof recipe. Just make sure you have a little bit of icing sugar by your side while you're kneading this. So yeah, just enjoy how I did this. All right.